Adidas broke up with Germany? JJJJound came under fire this week for his made in Germany sneakers that were actually made in Vietnam. Adidas April Fools. And we've got a whole bunch of new exciting sneakers to talk about. Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, back with another banger. Welcome to my weekly sneaker news recap. Every Saturday I make these episodes where we go back over some of the biggest sneaker news stories of the week, take a look back at this week's biggest releases, and take a look ahead to some exciting sneakers down the line. Let's get straight into it by recapping this week's biggest sneaker releases, and this week was Air Max Day. If you guys wanted to watch my recap of Air Max Day, go and click the video above. I think most people would agree that the day itself was a little bit of a flop. There wasn't really much going on the Nike Sneakers app, no interactive lives, no events. It seemed like it was mainly about trying to get this Air Max DN off the ground. And whilst a lot of the colorways sold out on the Nike Sneakers app, I think this was just artificial cap from Nike to try to show that there was an appetite for these sneakers, because if you go on other sneaker retailing websites, you can find sizes of the Air Max DNs sitting all over the place. The big release was the Air Max 1 Volts, which shock dropped on the app, and if you wanted to check out my review of those, you can click the video above. I'm heavy with the cards today. You guys over there in the US also enjoyed a small restock of the Air Jordan 4 Bred reimagined. Big week for Supreme heads. The Supreme and Maison Margiela collab went down. There were a few interesting pieces in this collection. And then we also had the Adidas and JJJJound Samba collab, which is what we are going to talk about first as we segue into our sneaker news. Right, so let's talk about these JJJJound Sambas. I did make a video on these earlier on in the week. If you wanted to check it out, click on the card above. I'm coming hard with cards today, man. I've been busy making the content, what can I say? But to sum it up in a nice, neat little package, JJJJound and Adidas had made a big to-do about the fact that these $250 Sambas were made in the Scheinfeld factory in Germany. There was a lot of promotional material showing pictures from the factory, videos of these old artisans putting the shoes together, and all of this was to justify the high retail ticket price. But one keen Redditor spotted in the promotional material the size tag of these shoes, which said made in Vietnam, calling into question the authenticity of the claim that these were made and manufactured in Germany. Now, this wouldn't be a big deal generally speaking. I mean, luxury brands do this all the time. New Balance in recent times have come under fire for the exact same thing over their Made in USA line. It's not really a big deal. It's only a big deal because of how much emphasis was put on the fact that these were made in Germany. Now, I don't know if it was a response to some of the comments that played out on the JJJJound Instagram page in relation to the uppers being made in Vietnam, but in order to cart these shoes on the JJJJound website during the week, the question that you had to answer in order to successfully cart them was, where were the shoes made? And I actually tried. I tried putting in Germany, it didn't work. I tried putting in Vietnam, it didn't work. I even tried putting in Cambodia, it didn't work. And so maybe someone out there that was successful in copying these from the JJJJound website can let us know what the successful country of origin was. Either way, the shoes still sold out and they are still reselling on the aftermarket, but let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. We're gonna stay on Adidas for a moment here because they also released some promotional material this week around the release or the potential release of these, the box shoes. These are essentially shoe boxes that have been converted into sneakers, and as a very interesting aside, these boxes are actually trademarked by Adidas, both the blue and white color as well as the 3 stripes. Now, at first, this sent the internet into a little bit of a frenzy. People were talking about this being a play right out of Mischief's playbook. Every sneaker page and every other sneaker content creator were making videos reacting to these crazy shoes. Mischief had to have been punching the air themselves, thinking, why didn't we come out with these a year ago? But once you start looking into the details a little bit more, particularly the item specifics, you'll notice that the product code says something like AF0104, which is April Fool's 1st of April. It also says price on request. And so this is obviously just a joke from Adidas. A little bit of fun, a little bit of marketing, a little bit of a ploy to drum up some engagement online. But here's the interesting thing. I actually think they should have made these and released these. There is a genuine appetite out there in the sneaker market these days for this type of footwear. This gimmicky, novel, almost prop-like footwear has found itself a niche, especially in the content creator sphere. I actually think, ironically, the joke is on Adidas that they didn't bring these to market, at least in some kind of limited quantity. The other big Adidas story that went down a little over a week ago now is this story around Adidas and the German football team breaking up after 77 years. And this wouldn't be so crazy were Adidas not like the national sporting brand of Germany. And especially with the pedigree and the history that Adidas have within football. I mean, Adi Dassler is the guy responsible for designing the screw-in studs for football boots that were instrumental in helping Germany win the World Cup back in 1954. And so from 2027, the German national football team are going to be sporting kits sponsored by Nike. You might be thinking, well, what motivated this? And it's pretty simple, really. It's money. Nike were prepared to offer the German football team 100 million euros per year, whereas Adidas are only offering them 50 million. But what's interesting about this deal is that when Germany got the offer from Nike, they didn't take it back to Adidas and say, can you guys match this? Or this is what's on the table. They just pretty much said yes to Nike. And when Adidas were prompted for comment, they said, hey, we're just finding out about this now as well. And I wonder if this doesn't speak to something maybe a little bit deeper, given all of the recent issues that Adidas have been having within the realm of brand optics, the slight fall off they've been sustaining and nursing this past couple of years, particularly with the stuff around Ye. I wonder if the German football team were thinking, yeah, maybe we can just go and get some better money and not have to deal with all of this controversy on the side. What do you guys think of this? Let me know. Now, it's been over a week since the release of the Trophy Room Air Jordan 1 lows, but apparently Marcus Jordan waited until the retail release in order to backdoor pairs. Now, this is all speculation. This could be cap. These rumors have emanated from the account of a very well-known and highly prolific reseller who has suggested that Marcus Jordan is now backdooring pairs by the thousands. And this is according to a DM or a text message received or a wants to sell post showing Trophy Room lows available in sizes between 7.5 and 14, 1,000 pairs available, $400 each. And so basically, if you already paid resale for the Trophy Rooms, you may have overpaid. Keep an eye on the prices over the next couple of weeks. If the market has once again suddenly been saturated with a whole bunch of backdoor pairs, you should expect to see prices come down a little bit. Right, let's talk about some official images, some new looks, some new sneakers. I want to start off with these. These are the official images of the Air Jordan 5 SE sale. This pair is going to be retailing for $210, and these are supposed to be coming out in April on the 13th, so not too far away. And according to these images, these look really nice, man, really clean. Predominantly white/creamy upper with the creamy laces. You've also got the milky or the cloudy outsole. Nice looking materials as well with the leather upper. These are an SE, which is a special edition shoe, so I'm not sure if these are going to be the type of shoe that are going to sit everywhere. These might sell out in certain sizes in certain places, and so I think if you want to get your hands on these, you should probably go for them on the Nike sneakers app when they drop. But I think because they're $210, I don't think they'll go super quick. So we've got some official images of Drake's Nocta Hot Step 2. These are coming out on April the 4th. $200 is the retail price, and this colorway is the Total Orange. These are pretty cool. I'm not generally a big fan of Drake shoes. I feel like he probably misses more than he hits. These have got these molded uppers accented with exterior metallic touches. They sort of look like you've got, I don't know, like a Bluetooth speaker on the side, maybe some kind of air intake system. They look pretty cool. We've had some official images of Dior Greenwood's Nike SB collab. We have a Blazer mid, and then we also have an SB Dunk high. The Blazer mids are kind of cool. They're in this dark anthracite smoke gray colorway. Very subtle and is inspired by Greenwood's heritage. $145 is the retail price point. No release date information at this point, but let's talk about her SB highs, because unlike the Blazers, these are pretty wild, they're pretty loud, they're pretty colorful, and these you can really see Greenwood's heritage and culture. And in these dunks, you can really see the symbolic imagery of the Navajo Nation with this tapestry of vibrant blues, yellows, and oranges. I think my favorite detail on the sneaker has to be the Big Dipper constellation, which is intricately stitched. Really cool shoes, but I think these kind of run the risk of doing a little bit too much. They're a little bit busy, but I really like them. What do you guys think? It's not often you get a sequel outshining the original, but in this case, I think Nina Chanel Abney's Air Jordan 3s absolutely rip apart the work that she did on the Air Jordan 2. These are being called the bicoastal or the black malachite fossils, and according to this one image that we've got here, these look spectacular. These almost look like some kind of crazy custom. First of all, you've got this sort of seawater green type canvas material reminiscent of the muslin 3s, and then you've got this lighter shade of green in the form of suede that features where the cement print normally features, as well as around the eyelets. Some slightly thicker rope laces which kind of work, and although I can't really make out the color exactly according to these pictures, you've got this creamier or off-white midsole. Custom heel tabs as well finish off the action. These look really dope in my opinion. I'm hoping that these are going to be coming out in a full-size run and they're not going to just be for the ladies. Slated to come out this summer at a retail price point of $225. These I am pretty excited about. What do you guys think of these? Some of you guys out there that are into your spiridons will be looking forward to, I'm sure, these, the Spiridon Caged 2 in the metallic silver colorway. These are set to come out very soon, actually, on April the 1st. And no, I don't think that is a joke. I don't think that is an April Fool's. These are $140. Could offer up a little bit more competition in the already hyper saturated silver metallic runner arena. So even though Air Max Day 2024 was a little bit of a disappointment, it's looking like Air Max Day 2025 is going to be coming heavy with a big retro banger in the form of the Stash Nike Air Max 95s. Set to retail for around 160 bucks. The Stash Air Max 95s are a really collectible sneaker, especially for Air Max heads. These go back to 2006. Stash, if you don't know, is a prolific graffiti artist. This Air Max 95 is one of his most celebrated collabs. It looks like they're going to be partnering up to potentially bring us a retro or maybe some kind of variation for next year, which I think is something to look forward to. We've had some more updates on the Air Jordan 4 military blue or the industrial blue, whatever you want to call them. And at this point, you pretty much need to have your salt shaker and pepper grinder ready whenever you hear any information, especially information from me, because the stock numbers have once again changed. According to the latest stock number rumors, they're going to be making more pairs of these military blues than they did the Bred Reimagined 4s. And given that the Bred Reimagined 4s have to a certain extent bricked, I mean, people that are reselling the Bred Reimagines at this point after fees on apps like StockX and eBay and stuff are basically getting their money back. I'm wondering if the military blues will follow the same suit. But this is great news. This is exactly what us sneaker collectors want. We want big numbers on these highly coveted releases. We don't want to have to fight with resellers or battle bots. And so I, for one, am really happy that the stock numbers for this release are rumored to be really high. We've been seeing some more colorways of the New Balance 1000 surface. We've already seen the expected release of the silver metallic pair set to come out in April. There was also this cream and pink pair, which I mistakenly called out as an ALD collab, but it turns out it's just going to be a regular inline New Balance release. And most recently, we've seen this green pair crop up online as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I think these are nice. I think these are fresh. I think it's a real good move from New Balance to resurrect another really cool retro model. And these kind of give me, I don't know, like a little bit of Nike Air Max 95 energy, with this sort of mid portion of the upper having this crisscrossed mesh slash ripstop vibe about it. I don't know, it kind of speaks of a romantic relationship between some kind of New Balance and some kind of Air Max 95. What do you guys think? We've been getting some images of the Air Jordan 17 that is set to come out at some point this year. We've seen some samples floating around. We've had the confirmation that the 17s are going to be coming out again with the briefcase, but we've also been balking at the $300 price tag. I do like this UNC colorway. I do think the 17 is a pretty cool model. And I do wonder if people will start to move on from the lower number Jordans to the higher number Jordans. Do we really see a future wherein some of the higher number Jordans get a little bit of love because we're just sick and tired of the earlier models? What do you guys think about that? I do think these should be shipped directly to the outlets. There's no way these are gonna sell at $300 briefcase or not. These are going to be sitters. We've been waiting for another really high-key, spectacular, out-the-gate SB dunk, apart from the Futuras, and I think these are them. These are the Verdy SBs, or the Verdy SB dunks. And Verdy, or Verdy, is the co-founder of Girls Don't Cry. And these are crazy. He revealed the shoes himself on his own IG. The sneakers feature Verdy's signature shades of pastel blues, greens, yellows, and pinks. So these are inspired by a plush toy that came out in 2021, and they sort of give me Mama Bear or Papa Bear or Grateful Dead Bear energy. Really cool looking sneaker. No release date information at this point, but I think most people are going to be really keen on these. Cortez Air Max 95s are being rumored for a holiday release. This is the colorway featuring the yellow. 190 bucks is the retail price. You can bet your bottom dollar that these will be incredibly hard to get, and the marketing or the pop-up or the inevitable mission and hoops that will need to be jumped through in order to get these will be cool to watch, if not even participate in, if it's done here in London. Very cool pair. I think one of the surprising things of the Cortez collab from last year is the amounts that these pairs have gone up in price. I bought the pink Tings pair DS for a little over 220 pounds the week after they released, and these are now going for upwards of 400 and 500 pounds. The gutter greens, I missed out on a couple of pairs on eBay for a little over 200 pounds not long after the release, and now they are going for like 500, 600, 700 pounds. So the Cortez 95s are low-key one of the biggest resale performers from all of last year. The Nike Dunk Low Veneer are going to be returning in the summer of 2024, and this comes off the back of the recently retroed, or restocked if you want to call them that, plum dunks. And whilst this colorway is really cool, I'm kind of wondering what Nike is up to. I mean, they're already saturating the market as it is with untold numbers of dunk colorways that are at this point in a lot of cases going on sale. Why do they need to retro these? I mean, these releases speak more of a restock than a retro, given how recently in the past these things released in the first place. And so is this a desperate attempt by Nike to try to keep a little bit of air in the dunk balloon? Or is it just a blatant cash grab because Nike knows that these types of colorways resell, and so rather than having people out there pay resale, they might as well just restock them and then they can get the money? I don't know, what do you guys think? Now, in terms of upcoming sneaker releases, I was gonna go through them, but to be honest, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make a video talking about all of the biggest sneaker releases in April. And so keep an eye out for that video coming, if not tomorrow, on Monday. Be sure to like the video before you bounce. Drop a comment down below. I always enjoy reading your guys' comments, and your interaction means a lot to me. I'll see you guys on the next one, yeah? Take care for now, and peace.